everybody, and welcome back to the Blu Ray Hunter. I'm the Blu Ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and I've got a couple co-hosts here. Now, my co-host that joins me a lot, John Ward, has joined us. How you doing, John?
I'm fine. How are you?
And the Moo Cow, who hasn't joined us for the Blu Ray Hunter in a while.
That's
Welcome
right.
back,
It's been
Moo
a
Cow.
while.
Paul Presenza. How you doing?
Yay. What's
Yay,
new?
Paul.
Yes. So how's it going, Paul?
Pretty darn moveless.
Good, good. Always happy.
That is utterly something that I thought you would say.
I'm always milking it for all it's worth because I'm outstanding in my field.
You're not milking it.
You're not milking it. All right. So, let's put our udders away and let's talk about these movies. Now, what we're gonna do, this is a different setup. Normally, it would just be me and John doing 30 each, so we do 15 each or whatever, and then 15.
And I'm shocked, knowing you and your obsession with things being even. I'm shocked we're not doing 16 and doing 8 and 8.
I actually thought about that. I was like, oh man, I wish it was 8 and 8.
We
But
could.
we could.
I know.
but no.
I got movies right here. I could just grab one and put it down. Do we have enough to do?
Yes, I have one more I could add. All right.
Let me see.
Well,
Let me
I've
see what
gotta
I got
grab
here.
mine.
One
too,
more, one more.
Oh.
Jesus
One
Christ, we have to
more.
do 16. I didn't think about it. I wasn't gonna
Okay.
make you guys do that, but all right,
Okay.
we'll do that. So from now on, it's
Okay.
I
Go right
I
there.
guess it's
This way it's 8 and 8.
which would be 32, I guess, right? Or wait, that doesn't even make whatever. All right, so no, that'd be 16. For so all
Yeah,
right,
16 each.
yep.
Yeah.
All right, so start with 8. My first 8. As I mentioned, if you guys haven't seen it, we did a DVD haul for Indie Film Cafe, and I mentioned my birthday came up, and so every time I get a birthday and I get money, the first thing I do is buy movies, instead of save up or
Instead
do
of
things
paying bills.
and paying bills with it. Which most people would. I go and I buy the movies because here's the thing. My family doesn't buy me any movies anymore because they just don't know what I have, unless
That's
I
the
literally
problem.
tell them this is what I want. I did that with Paul before. I'm not going to show it. I guess I should have, but I think I already showed it off on another haul, which was that we did Mean Streets, and stuff. So, but anyway, he gave me Mean Streets because I literally told him that's what I wanted. He told me what he wanted. I forgot what did I get you? I got you something that
I forget.
it was it was a book that you wanted. It was a
Yeah,
book
that's right.
on your buddy Donald G. Jackson. So yeah, so that's the thing. If you ask what the person wants for Christmas, you're most likely gonna get it, or whatever. And so these are movies I bought on my own. I went to an awesome store in Burbank, California, and I bought these 3 movies here. Well, technically 4 because one's a double pack. I went to Dark Delicacies, which
Yay.
yeah, so I'm really excited.
Around.
I hope that they stay around forever, but you never know with these days. But the first one is A Brush with Death and A Harvest of Fear.
Got
Ever
that
heard
one.
of?
Yep.
I don't know either of these movies, but they both look like serial killer type, slasher type stuff.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
somebody gets killed with a brush?
A Brush with Death. That would be awesome, but I
That
don't
would be
think.
freaking awesome.
No, as a group of cheerleaders take a trip to an old farmhouse because that's what cheerleaders
Mhm.
do, right?
That is what cheerleaders do. They
That's right.
also shower together. So hopefully that scene's in there. But that movie right there, Cheerleaders on a Farm, I would watch it. I think I got my copy from Hamilton.
I
Hamilton
would
Books.
rather the title be
Book.
Cheerleaders on a Farm than, Brush with Death because that just,
All these effing cheerleaders on a farm. Like that.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, next is Cannibal Women and the Avocado Jungle of Death,
Yeah, yeah.
Starring
um,
Bill Maher.
starring Bill Maher, Shannon Tweed, Adrian Barbeau, and Barry Primus. So yeah, big Charles Band full moon movie. It
Also
sadly
known as
doesn't.
Piranha Women.
Yeah. It doesn't have like any special features really other than like your trailer. So it's kind of bummed out about that. They're usually really good on packing their stuff with features, with special features. Then I got a James Balsamo movie on Blu-ray.
That's nice.
Yeah, I saw it at Dark Delicacies. It was signed by him already. So I was like, and some other people. So I was like, let me grab it. And it's called Sliced. It's a killer on a golf course movie.
Nice.
So
I would watch that. Okay.
yeah. It's got John Hitt, Eric Roberts, Robbie Krieger from The Doors.
Of course, it has Eric Roberts.
Yeah. Well, what doesn't have Eric Roberts?
Well, what doesn't have Eric Roberts has Sean C. Phillips, and what doesn't have Sean C. Phillips has Eric Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're together, oh my God.
And what doesn't have those two has C. Thomas Howell.
And Judd Nelson. All right. Next is New Year's Evil. These are
Nice. I got that one.
The rest of these are going to be movies I special ordered that I wanted to get to have in my collection for specific, like this was what, Kino?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kino Lorber put that out. And then this one is Synapse, I believe, which is Popcorn, which we reviewed for 90s horror films.
Classic.
Oh, it was great. Dee Wallace is great. Like everybody in that movie. And actually hearing the story of how it all got made, Bob Clark worked on that movie. He was supposed to direct it, or they wanted him to direct it, but he said after Christmas Story, he wasn't going to go back to horror, So he would produce it, but he wasn't going to direct anything horror. The next is Urban Legend, classic.
Jamie Blanks, yes.
Yeah. We've reviewed that for Mainstream Monday on Horror Film Lovers. Maniac Cop, another Synapse. I got two Synapse movies.
Bruce
Campbell and Tom Atkins, baby.
Robert Z'Dar.
Yeah, he's the Maniac Cop.
Yeah.
We find that out. We watched Zombiegeddon, and we find that out because he talks about his character in what's his character's name? Says it shoot. He says his name like a million times in as the Maniac Cop in that movie because that's his legacy. That's
sure
Robert Z'Dar's legacy. And last but not least, I had to keep this as last because it should be least actually. But it's so funny because this was actually written by the guy that wrote one of the most famous books on screenwriting, Save the Cat. Wrote "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot."
Oh, I should own that. Yeah,
Oh man, Ivan Wright. Well, it's not Ivan Wright. He produced Roger Spottiswoode. Well, apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger was first asked to be because this is Kindergarten Cop days, and he was asked to be in it, and he turned it down due to the script, which, like I said, was written by Blake Snyder, who did Save the Cat. Which is so funny that I always find it hilarious that the best people to speak on screenwriting are the people who are known for the worst films. There's a guy on Film Courage that speaks about you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and he was the writer of fucking what's that John Travolta Battlefield Earth movie.
Oh God!
And
if anyone's gonna know what not to do, there you go.
I guess, yeah. So there you go. But anyway,
what else is Joe Esterhausen doing these days?
Oh,
is he still alive?
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's just retired. I mean, he was the first screenwriter to earn $1 million a script, so he's doing just fine.
Yeah, and that's $1 million back then, too. So there you go. All right, moving on to Paul. Let's go back to Paul.
Yeah. Paul.
Okay. Well, I've started to fill in my collection for Game of Thrones, so I got them on Blu-rays, and
nice.
So first one we have is, let's see, this one is so season 6.
Oh, nice.
And we got season 7.
Nice.
And we got everyone's favorite season 8.
He's an 8. The one
So
that
I'm gonna,
everybody was sort of let down about.
yeah. So I'm gonna end up having a mixed, but at some point I'll have them all in
Oh,
Blu-ray.
but which ones do you not have?
Um, I think 2 is the only one I don't have right now.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I'll have to go back and check, but yeah.
Yeah, actually Jackie gave me the first 3 seasons.
Okay.
Um, her ex, the one that she goes on about or whatever now, he was getting rid of his, you know, DVDs and Blu-rays or whatever, and she was almost gonna sell them on eBay, but then she was like, "Do I want them?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll take them." And she was
Yeah.
like, "If you don't want them, I can make some good money off of eBay," and I should have just let her have it because I can watch them on HBO, you know, or whatever. And if that would have made some extra money for her, that would have been nice. But
But you
eh,
had to ruin it.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't turn down movies, you know. All right.
So next one looks like a cheap, horrible stinker, but it's got everybody's favorite, Nicolas Cage, and it is Knowing.
Knowing is awesome. Knowing is
Richard
really
Kelly,
good.
right? Didn't he have something to do with that? No, he didn't.
Into the
Did
world.
he?
It's an awesome flick. I love Knowing.
No, I think he did it
I
like
Alex
got it.
Proyas.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Alex
Troyes,
Proyas.
yes.
Yeah.
But
I got it right
holy
up
shit.
here. Yeah.
but the original
I love
uh,
Alex Proyas.
so originally, I believe, if I'm correct, the original stuff was going to be done by Richard Kelly, but then the guy did Donnie Darko, but then
And
he
nice slip box.
he dropped
That's
out.
nice.
Richard
Yeah.
Kelly was originally set to write and direct the project, but then he dropped out of it. And
And
Alex
this
Proyas,
comes with the audio commentary from Alex Proyas too.
there you
And the
go.
making of.
He does
It's a good film.
he does commentary for a lot of his stuff, you know, so
It's
great.
just, he makes some great, great movies, and he's made a few stinkers too. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
That is not one of them. It is one of the good ones. I
Okay.
think. I've seen it like 3 times.
Next, remember we've talked about the movie Satanic Panic. Well, they also made another movie that I found, and it's called Porno.
Oh, nice.
So, sex education written in blood.
It's
Nice.
called Porno.
Porno.
Just called Porno. Okay.
Yep. So that should be fun. And then finally, I had the digital of this, but I finally got a hold of the Blu-ray. And I don't forget how many of my friends are in this movie, a ton of them. And it is Wolf Hollow.
Oh, don't know that one. Who made it?
Oh, Mark Cantu.
Oh yeah, Wolf Hollow. Yeah, it's got a really great like like spookies in it, and Christina Krakowski and
Melissa Rose is in
Melissa
there.
Rose
Lynn
and
Notry's in there. And yeah, just a ton of people. And, a pretty good werewolf movie. So,
I've heard really good things. I just haven't bought it yet. I plan to.
and then there's the movie that Mr. Moody gave me, which of course we covered already, and it's Robot Ninja.
Nice.
Yes, I got that. Actually, James Balsamo gave it to me when he gave me the other stuff, and then I said, I said I already had it, but I know Paul will love it. So I already have that.
And a movie that I had on DVD, but we ended up covering it, and I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and get it on Blu-ray, and it is Sex Squatch 1 and 2.
I have that as well.
Receiver, baby.
I do not have that.
And you can get it from SRS.
SRS Cinema, baby.
So that's my first date.
When did you get that?
Like 3 days before we ended up doing the show.
Yeah, so you're watching it on that when we were, yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, just so people know, we did Sex Squatch for Indie Film Cafe. It's just not going to be on till like April, May, June. I don't know.
And it was glorious in Blu-ray.
Yeah, and Jackie was like, "What the fuck?" the whole time. Like, it was so fun watching her. Just, we all watched it together. It was a fun time.
It really is my favorite Chris Seaver movie.
Yeah. All right, so John, your first date.
All right. So it would not be a video without an Amityville film. So we have here, and I just got this yesterday, Amityville webcam, which I am in.
Of course.
That's me right there. And this is Septim Sim. It's his directing job. That's him right down there.
Did you know you
And
were in it, or did they just set up a webcam and film you and you didn't know?
no, it's like right here. It's hard to see, but we're a group of monsters that are playing like a Dungeons and Dragons type of game, but it's in
Nice,
Amityville.
nice.
So, and then we're going to come back and I guess do another film with these characters. But yeah, it was fun. It was a group of us that got together and did it. So, you know, I'm happy to be in anything called Amityville because I'm such a whore. I'm an Amityville whore.
Hmm.
You
So
should do Amityville Casino out in Vegas.
You should make a movie called Amityville Horror, and you can
in
set
Las
it in
Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah, why not?
Wow. Okay.
Because
I might have
it
to.
says Amityville Horror, and whenever you say horror, sometimes you say horror.
War.
So you might as well call it Amityville Horror, and
They give you so many great
Like
ideas.
Amityville, Las Vegas whore.
no, because then it won't work. And because they called Amityville Horror, right? The Amityville
No,
Horror.
I see what you're doing. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
fit it all in there.
Well, it would
so.
fit Ray Dennis Steckler. You remember he did make the two movies, Las Vegas Serial Killer. One and two.
Yeah, it's sad. He died right when I moved out here, so I didn't get to work
Yeah.
with him. But
I got a chance to talk to him before he died. I was thrilled. Bucket list stuff.
oh yeah, I can imagine. So this is one of my favorite directors. I'm very pissed that he never. Thank you, Ridley Scott. He never got to direct his Alien 5, which looked great from all the production drawings, and he also did, like visit like District 9 and you know some other stuff too. And so Neil Blomkamp, and I think the guy is amazing, especially his commercials and videos and stuff that he does. He's a great visual effects guy. And this is the Grand I always mispronounce it, Gran Turismo, I think is how you say it, Gran
Oh,
Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
Yeah, which is not science fiction. It's actually based on a true story about a bunch of video gamers that play this game, and they hire them to go against race car drivers.
Okay, so it's based on the game without being literally based on the game, because there is a Gran Turismo actual game.
Yeah, so what they did was that they put out like an invite, like an email invite, and you would play the game. And then if you hit a certain score, this is true, if you hit a certain score, you went to their camp, which was at a race car thing and like arena. And you would compete against each other, and whoever won then would go actually race with the racers, like the actual race car drivers. And he's still out there now. It's based on this guy right here, and he's still racing. And now in racing, they actually play this game. So it's required that race car drivers play video games now.
Nice. Oh, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's nothing like his other movies because and what's sad is, I mean, he's listed as director, but like there's nothing here that shows him, and it's just like fuck off, you know. It's
right.
But I guess maybe he was a director for hire or something, but it's still a good movie.
Did you guys know? Because I just found this out. What's the guy's name? For Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle. Anyway, he is a race car driver now. That's what he does.
I heard that.
You know, and he's actually going to NASCAR. So he's going to be racing in NASCAR soon or something like that. Like, you know, or at least trying to compete to get into NASCAR.
So he'll be in the middle with the other cars?
Maybe. What is his freaking name? I don't know. Man, my brain is just like not working today.
Yeah, I'm blanking.
Anyway, I love that guy. But anyway, I love that he's
the
a
boss
dance
of me,
character.
man.
Yeah.
So once again, it wouldn't be a video if I didn't bring in Tom Cruise. So I now own like 3 or 4 different versions of this, and so it's a Top Gun limited edition 3D. Had to get it in 3D.
Yeah, you're like one of those guys that has to get all the variants of all the different, like, you know, types of movies. It has, if it's 3D or if it's, you know, HD, you know,
Where's your
whatever.
4K?
Well, eventually, probably. But Yeah, I mean it's got Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray 2D, and a digital copy. So why not? It was cheap. And then continuing with Mr. Cruz, this is from that, was it GRU company, whatever that one was. I think Jonathan, you showed them to me.
Groove.
Group, yeah. So I ordered this and the Joker, and or just Joker, and Blue Steel. So that's the Last Samurai with Cruz. So I now have Blue Steel, or now have the Steel Book for both of those. One of his best movies. He almost got his head cut off on this film.
Well,
So
funny you mentioned Joker real quick. I want to point out that I have it over there somewhere. I think you can see it right behind me. The thing that's hanging in the back behind me, that was actually gifted by Troy Froman, and it's something from the set of the original Joker. It's a cast crew only thing that he gave me for
cool.
my birthday. I
Oh,
thought
on
that
the
was neat.
wall?
On the wall, yeah, you can see it
Yeah,
sort of
next to
hanging.
the dildo? Okay.
Yeah, next to the dildo.
That's a really small dildo.
I know.
The next one is, and I am a Luc Besson fan. Not of everything that he's made, but I am a big fan of his, and I really enjoyed this, Lucy.
Lucy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's it's got Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman, and she just looks
Yeah,
amazing in
I
this
will watch
movie.
anything with ScarJo.
Yeah,
Oh God,
he's
she
a
looks
ScarJo fanatic.
is so hot in this.
I mean, she's hot in everything. Like, I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen her not hot. You know.
And then I know this is one that Paul will appreciate, and that is the original Westworld.
Oh yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Yes. So I already own Future World. I thought I owned this. It's from one of those boutique companies, so I think it's DVD.
Well,
But
I have Logan's Run, which is from the same period
I
in
have that
Blu-ray.
too. All that period is awesome with
Mhm.
these type of
There was some
movies.
good stuff back then.
Yeah. And then this is the sequel to The Mechanic, which I actually think is better than The Mechanic, which is Mechanic Resurrection. So it's I
Cool.
like its look, yeah, with Jason Statham.
I know
It's
you're
got
a
a good
big
cast in
Jason
it.
Statham now. Like, you're getting a lot
I
of his
am a
stuff.
big fan of his now. I really like him. I even did that post saying that he's so likable that he can just keep making the same movie over and over again, and
And he
people love
does.
it. The Beekeeper made a lot of money, and it's the same movie as this. So it's so, but it's fun. I really like this one, and it's got Jessica Alba in a bikini.
Who would have
So
thought, like, back in the day when wasn't he like he was on Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? That's where he got to start.
yeah,
So, like, who would have thought that he would become this like huge hit? Nobody did. It just sort of,
Well, he was. I mean, it was a really good movie, but he was one of the best parts of the movie.
yeah.
yeah. And then my last one, and this is the one that I added at the last second when we decided to do one more. And I just got this for Who Wrote It, which is Christopher McQuarrie, and that's The Tourist.
I've heard
Nice.
that's good. Not really my kind of thing, but I've heard it was good.
Is that Johnny Depp? Is that the who's in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Angelina Jolie. Okay. So I want to talk about that. Show that again. Show that again. Okay, so it says Angelina Jolie and it's a picture of Johnny Depp, and then it says Johnny Depp and it's a picture of
Oh no,
Angelina
I've
Jolie.
discussed this in other videos, and Cliff and I even talked about it. This is all agents and managers. So they negotiated him to be first here and her second here. But the negotiation is her name has to come first here and his name comes second.
Ridiculous.
Bad Boys is the poster that we kind of discovered that on, that Martin Lawrence's name is first and Will Smith's is second. But on the poster, Will Smith is in front of Martin Lawrence. And that's all negotiations with agents and managers and all that type of stuff.
Bullshit.
So
That's stupid.
Cliff talked about that with Jaws in the video, on how Robert Shaw's name is on top, but Roy Scheider's name is first down below.
Right.
And then it's Richard. So it's but yeah, so I basically just got this by
It's
God,
ego, but whatever. Anyway, it just bothers me. So
yeah. So I got this because he wrote it, and I think Christopher McQuarrie is probably the one of my favorite writers in Hollywood right now. So that's it. That's my first date.
Okay. So
My first date.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My last 8. So we We've done, so I know we're gonna do this eventually on Indie Film Cafe. It's probably might not be this year, might be this year. I'm not sure yet because we have to do it in the studio, and it's really hard to find people to come to the studio these days right now. It's just been very difficult. So we've been doing a lot of Zoom, and it's been a lot better because easier to do it, get whoever we want. We can get people from all around the world. So we've been doing that. It's been a lot easier, but when we do get guests in the studio, we just do really enjoy having them. So thank you to all the guests who do come to the studio, you know. But this is one of the movies, is Drawing Flies,
Yeah,
uh
you've talked about that one.
produced by Kevin Smith. And
I remember when we saw that, I think it was Laserdisc when it originally came out,
oh
and my
wow.
buddies and I were watching it. And the filmmakers, they do the audio commentary, and all of a sudden they go silent. And then you can hear Kevin Smith in the background go, "Guys, stop watching your own movie and talk about it."
I
So he
remember
yelled.
that. Yeah, that was on
Yeah.
the DVD. I have
That's
to listen
funny.
to the commentary. All that stuff is on here. I don't think there's, and so this was actually produced to put out by Smodcast Pictures, which is Kevin's label. It's got two audio commentaries, so I don't know if there's one that's new. But it says featuring directors Malcolm Ingram and Matt Gissing, along with executive producers Kevin Smith, Scott Mosiers, and cast members Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Renee Humphrey, and Carmen Llewellyn Lee.
Renee Humphrey.
Deleted scenes and outtakes, new photo gallery, original 2002 introduction, new introduction by Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, and new interview with Jason Mewes and Matt Gissing.
What is Renee Humphrey doing these days?
She is married, I believe, to the guy who plays Elias on
Oh, okay.
Clerks 2. I think they
Nice.
met at a Kevin Smith thing or something, like, and they were
Oh,
both,
how adorable.
yeah, and then they fell in love. And so I don't know what else she's really been up to. I think she has probably a regular job, she does or something. She might be still acting, but I haven't really seen much from her. Sad because I really like her and I
Yeah.
do want to see more stuff from her. She used to be a really big independent person. That's how she got in with Mallrats. So there you go. Then here's a movie that was recommended to me. Paul would hate it because it's a musical, but it's called It's Always Fair Weather. And so it's one of those. It is directed by Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen, the same guys who did Singing in the Rain. And it's a lesser known movie like that, but I thought it was fairly cute. It had some good moments to it. So I liked it. Have you heard of it, John?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I don't think you heard of it, Paul, because you're not into musicals. So
No, it would be like pulling teeth for me.
yeah. So then I got this from the Restore, and I think there was a couple, but I only bought one of these, and it's a HD DVD, which means it's an actual, like, it's what it was a competition to Blu Ray, and I don't have an HD DVD player, so one day I hope to get one for cheap if I can. They might be more expensive now because they're harder to
Just
find.
for one movie?
Yeah. Oh, I'm hoping to buy more actually. So, but I actually don't have this on Blu-ray at all anyway. So I'm hoping to get it on Blu-ray or 4K at some point. It's The Bourne Identity, an
Oh,
HD DVD. So it was this and Blu-ray that were fighting for competition, and Blu-ray won and everything.
I was
But
gonna say
they
I don't even see those being offered anywhere anymore.
well, if you go to like Goodwill or if you go to whatever, the old ones will be sometimes. You can sometimes dig these up, if you can find them. I remember back in the day, Cinema Sickness would buy a whole bunch of them and then just, get a whole bunch and talk about them. But then he stopped doing that and only bought the ones that he didn't have on any other format, you know? So, I think that's kind of silly because I would love to collect all those too at some point, but you gotta start with one. So I figured that was it.
have
The
you
rest,
seen the
Because
Day of the
what you
Jackal?
need, Mr. Moody, is more things to collect.
yeah. Oh,
Have you seen the Day of the Jackal from the
no,
70s, based on the
no,
book?
No.
It's
That's a
that's
good
what
movie.
Born Identity is based off of.
Mhm.
And that original movie is better than any of the Bourne films, even though I
Absolutely.
like the Bourne films. But they only took like a little bit from the movie and the book. So
Yeah.
I recommend it if you want a good classic, like
I've
70s,
heard of
like
Dave the
thriller.
Jackal, just never
Yeah.
watched it. So all of these are from the Arrow sale. Well, no, three of them are from the Arrow sale. So this and these are all 4Ks. These are rest are all 4Ks. So Donnie Darko, which
Yes.
yes, we were just talking about
Classic.
earlier. So a little bit.
Love that movie.
And
Sparkle
then
Energy.
yeah, yeah, was it the Sparkle Motion?
Sparkle Motion.
I'm one of the only people who likes the sequel.
Yeah, I never watched the
I
sequel.
never did either.
I've seen it a couple times. I liked it. I don't care what people say.
Yeah, I've
Also,
heard it wasn't good.
speaking of Kevin Smith and Mallrats on
Nice.
4K. The only thing, so I gave my Blu-ray copy to my buddy Vittorio because I figured I wouldn't need it with having this, you know. I do because they don't have the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray has one extra thing that I didn't realize this didn't have, which is, and I'm not one of those guys who are going to take something back from somebody or
Take
whatever.
backsies.
No, no take backsies. But it has not just the extended cut, but has the TV cut on the Blu-ray. So eventually I'll get it for like 20 something bucks on at Barnes and Noble or whatever for the Blu-ray. But this is definitely worth the 4K. I saw it. It looks beautiful on 4K, just absolutely great. And if you're a fan of the movie, it also has the extended cut, which Victoria and I watched, and it was hard to watch. And it's just long and yeah, it's not. Oh
Well, one question about the 4K. Can you actually see the sailboat?
no, sorry, you still can't see the sailboat.
Okay.
You know, um, or at least he didn't see it. I don't know. If he didn't see it, we didn't see it. But everybody else did. And then the Warriors
Oh yeah.
on 4K. We're gonna eventually do this for Film Freaks.
Come out to
What-
play.
Does it have both versions?
It has, yes, the theatrical cut and the alternate version from 2005.
Okay.
Weirdly enough,
As long
the theatrical cut has all the special features, and then the 2005 alternate cut only has archival introduction by Walter Hill. So,
yeah, as long as it has that original version on
yeah.
it, then it's worth getting the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would not have picked it up if it were just the alternate cut.
Bastards
James
House one.
Remar, baby.
Was not a big fan of that. So another 4K I got is Scream 5, which says Scream on it. So I thought this was Scream that I was getting from eBay. I thought this was a steelbook for Scream. No, this is Scream 5, which is just called Scream. So please,
I
filmmakers,
think
stop doing that.
well they needed to do the like the red in there, like however they did it on the poster.
For
Should
Scream 6, they did that with the
yeah
red.
they should alter it to reflect that, because I could see where you would get confused with that unless you really inspected it, you
Right.
know.
And because it's called Scream, and like, unless I see something saying this is from 2000 and whatever, 2021 or whatever, 2022, whenever Scream 5 came out, but like, I was a little disappointed. But then I was like, I don't have the 4K for Scream 5, so I'm not going to
I
complain,
mean,
you
is there
know?
really any difference between
Well,
Scream and Scream 5?
yeah, I mean, they're new people. But yeah, it's Scream 5 was sort of in itself was trying to kind of do like a reboot, reimagining sort of thing. And that's why they called it Scream, but it just it they needed to tell me Scream 2022. So I knew that this was not the 1996
They
version.
needed to, yeah, put like a sticker on the plastic or something that says, Scream 5 or
Well,
something on there, so you
I mean,
could.
on eBay, just let me know, like, if this is what you're selling, I feel like that was very not cool. But this is my last one, and this was not a a sequel or anything, and I know that for a fact, but it is I Know What You Did Last Summer on 4K.
Yes.
So
They're making another one.
I
Of course
know.
they are.
Yeah, they got to beat a dead horse, right? You know.
I'll definitely watch it. So
I still know what you did last summer.
Oh, they already did that. That's part 2.
I know.
And then
and I'll
and
always know what you did last summer,
I've got
which I'm the only person who liked that
And then
one.
30 years later, I forgot what you did last summer. I'm
Because
still
I have Alzheimer's. I have Alzheimer's, so I forgot what you did last summer.
that's gonna be too long. You can't put that on a marquee. You know. All right. So Paul, you're up.
All right. So there will probably be a couple familiar ones in here. First, we got a criterion. Actually, we have 2 criterions.
Nice.
First one is 1984.
Nice.
You just did that for Criterion Watch.
One of my favorites. And I was hoping that you were going to like it because it's not a fun movie.
No,
but it's
it is
really
not.
good.
It's a good movie, but it's not a fun one. It's pretty dark.
Speaking of dark, this is also one of my favorite David Cronenberg movies, and I finally got Videodrome.
Yes, I was there when you got that.
Wait, Paul, hold that. Wait. Now Jonathan can look sad.
I mean,
I got it right here.
I have Videodrome, but I'd have to get up and
There we
get
go.
it. I'd have to get up and get it, but it's okay.
You could be sad on this one.
Okay.
Then I got a movie I'm sure Moody has, but I saw it for cheap, and that is Inglourious Bastards.
Of course.
Yeah.
I want it on 4K. I think Tarantino is starting to get around to putting stuff on 4K. So.
All right, and this one comes with it says the Blu Ray plus digital copy, so you can do that too. But it's got all the extended and alternate scenes and discussions of and a making of and all kinds of extra little goodies there. So
I think it's probably one of his worst written films.
It's honestly, it's one of the ones I can't watch all the way through, like all the time. You know, his Western / war movie things, like Glorious Bastards, Django, and Hateful Eight. I can watch them once all the way through, but then after that, like they're not good for a second or third viewing. I don't
not
think.
for a while anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know because it's just
it'll scratch an itch I have, and then I won't have that itch for like till next year or something.
Oh, for me it's longer. It's got to be like 5-10 years. I don't know.
My big issue with the film is if you remove the Glorious Bastards, the film still does exactly what it does. Like Hitler's still dead. Like it doesn't matter that they're involved in this at all. You could literally remove them from the movie and the movie will still end exactly the same way. So they're pointless characters.
Big Bang Theory said that about Indiana Jones. The Raiders of the Lost Ark, even if Indy wasn't in the movie, the Nazis still would have found
That's actually true.
Would have gone all the way to the thing and would have their faces melted. So no matter what, Indiana didn't do anything. All he did was just make a longer movie.
He certainly didn't do any archaeology, that's for sure.
So it's funny, like it's funny when they pointed that out in Big Bang Theory, they pointed that out. They were like, wait a minute, but if it weren't for him, blah blah blah, and then they pointed more stuff out there. Fuck.
I mean, I like Inglourious Bastards. I can watch it. I've enjoyed it, but it's as it was pointed out that if you take them out,
I like Eli Roth
the Bear Jew.
Yeah, because it was such a not character that Eli Roth would ever play.
But Christopher Waltz is pretty amazing in this.
Yeah.
That's really the reason I watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's really good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good movie even with its flaws. There we go.
All right. And on to one of my favorite current directors, Robert Eggers. And I finally got a hold of The Lighthouse.
Nice. I have that on Blu-ray as well. I need to get it on 4K because there's a 4K available.
Nice. And then I finally got a hold of the collector's edition as well. Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
Very fun. I enjoyed it.
Was it really good? Like, I've heard mixed
it.
things because some people are like, it just was
Not
kind of
perfect.
boring, to them or whatever.
Because
But
remember, this is a movie constructed on, on
one
basically one chapter and not
one
even
chapter.
a full chapter
Yeah.
in the book. But I thought it was pretty good. Speaking of pretty good, this next one is one that I finally got after I talked with a little bit online with Juliette Lewis, or with Juliette Landau, and it is A Place Among the Dead.
Nice.
Don't know that one.
And I really liked it. So this is
Looks
the Ultimate
good.
Edition, so it comes with a whole other disc full of extras in there, and very unusual, very interesting. So we'll probably do it on Indie Film Cafe.
We like Juliet Landau. We just gotta find
I'll
a
be
Buffy person to.
interested in what you have to say about it. There are some folks who didn't care for it, but I liked it a lot. Last one, or no, last two. This one's another HBO miniseries, one of the best ever in my opinion, because you want to find something that's terrifying. Watch Chernobyl.
Oh, that's a
I've
great
heard
series.
great things
That is
about
a
it.
great
Great
Yeah.
series. Yeah.
Oh yeah, get to see somebody melt into a puddle. It's awful. And then I think I mentioned this to you, Mr. Moody. This is one we are going to do either for Forgotten Horror Classics or What the Fuck Friday or something, because it's pure nuts. And it is a movie called Possum.
I've heard, yeah, and I told you it's on Tubi, so anybody can watch that if they like to, or whatever. But yeah, we'll definitely do that at some point.
Yeah,
And
it's nuts.
all right, so that was your last one. That's
Yep.
8. Okay, so John, your turn.
All right, so I'm going the exact opposite of Paul. I'm going full Hollywood here, and he mentioned Eggers as being one of his favorite directors, and except for the very first film, we're looking at my favorite director slash producer. But the first one here this was a bucket list Blu-ray that originally came out like well over $100, and it took years for me to buy this, and I wanted it exactly this way. So it's the massive Tron edition. So it has on it, it's a 2-movie collection, but it's got the Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray 2D, DVD, digital copy. It's 5 discs, and it's Tron Legacy, Tron the original, and it's kind of got this like 3D kind of cover on it. And this is when Disney was good. And of course, the guy who directed Tron Legacy directed Top Gun Maverick. And it's just I found one that had like everything inside it. So it's
Nice.
yeah, and I love the Tron movies. So there's a
I
third
never
one
saw
coming
the
out.
second one.
The second one is really good, and it's the de-aging of Jeff Bridges isn't great, but I guess because he's supposed to be a video game, it kind of works. And Olivia Wilde is in this, and oh my god, she is amazing looking.
No Cindy Williams though, right?
No, no Cindy Williams.
Was she in the first one?
Pretty sure she was.
I don't remember her being in the first one.
Maybe wrong.
Cindy Morgan was there was a Cindy Morgan in the first Tron, but there's no Cindy Williams.
Yeah, I didn't think so because I've seen the first one a few times. But yeah, this to me is one of my prides and joy of collecting. So
I hear you about the when Disney was good, because from that period, the one that I have, which I also have on Blu-ray, is Dragon Slayer, and that's an awesome film.
And that's Disney when they were good. It was one of their first PG movies. So, and it's a great film, but now, nope. So here we are. We're going to talk about a director that most likely Paul hates. So,
Dewey Ball?
No, but because of us talking about it last time, I did order 4 more movies from him. So they already came in and I have them up on my shelf. But this is all new Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. I was going to say that's the second choice.
So we got, which is by far one of his best movies, Ambulance, which is friggin' brilliant. It is beautiful. And he has brought drone shooting to a whole new level. That most of this film was shot with a drone. And
Oh,
that's his thing, is that he loves toys. He loves new digital toys.
and it's
So
about an ambulance.
it's based off of, I think it's a Danish movie of the same title, but it's they're robbing a bank and they escape. She's like an EMT and they escape in her ambulance. And so it's basically just a chase through LA. And the whole film more or less takes place in the ambulance.
Oh,
And it's Jake Gyllenhaal is just like crazy guy in it. Like he gets Michael Bay, so he's just all kind of crazy guy. But it's by far one of his best films. It's really good. Then we have 13 Hours, which is Michael Bay's Benghazi movie, which was okay, not perfect, but it's okay. It's fine. But that was really good. Surprising.
Benghazi.
Benghazi. Um, the nice thing is that Michael Bay is not, you wouldn't think, well, you would think, but he's not very political. And so nobody really knows if he's conservative or Democrat or,
you don't think
but
Transformers is political? Come on now.
it is actually political. If you watch them all, yeah, there's politics in there. But he was a fan of Obama, so that might tell us something. Then Pain and Gain, which is based on the true story.
I have that on Blu-ray. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's I put up a couple videos on Facebook where Patrick Willem talks about Michael Bay and how he's come to love Michael Bay movies, and he called this Michael Bay's Coen Brothers film. That
Nice.
like if you watch Michael Bay movies, every actor except for George Clooney has been in Michael Bay movies.
Right.
So, and this one is pretty brutal because it's these guys kidnap somebody and torture him.
How many
So
explosions?
there actually aren't a lot. There aren't really any explosions in this.
No.
So, because it's not an action movie, it's more of kind of like a dark comedy. But now, speaking of explosions, now we're getting into producing Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, which is the latest Transformers movie.
Ah.
So, not directed by Michael Bay. He directed the first 5. But this
And
is
he was like,
somebody
I've
else.
done 5, I'm done.
Yeah.
He's
so now
still
he just
feuding
produced it.
with Megan Fox.
No, they made up, and she was in the Ninja Turtle movies.
Yeah.
So she played April in those.
Which is so weird because she's not April. Like, I'm sorry. But then they made April African American and what is it? The cartoon, version or whatever of TMNT. So they're just trying
She's
to
been portrayed a couple different ways.
Yeah.
One of the cartoons, yeah, she's like really pretty, she's black. And then for the Seth Rogen one that they just did, she's all dumpy and fat and black. So it's,
Have
so
they made her an
whatever.
octopus?
Not yet. Maybe the next
Well,
one, Paul.
come on, Hollywood. Let's get inclusive here.
Maybe the next
Us
one.
8 too.
So and then these two are first film and sequel. So A Quiet Place, which is also produced by Michael Bay. So
I
which is
keep forgetting he produces those.
Yeah, I didn't know that he produced that.
I know he does a lot of horror. He has a whole horror like label, thing that he does. So
yeah, the Platinum Dunes. But also
Platinum
remember,
Dunes.
he produced the Jack Ryan TV series with John Krasinski.
Yeah,
So he's now worked with him a few times.
nice.
So they must be buddies, I'm guessing. So and yeah, this, and then of course I'm looking forward to Quiet Place Year 1, and then in 2025 is Quiet Place Part 3. So and then Quiet Place Part 2. So which has a great beginning. And then the last one, which I think you guys might like, Songbird.
I think we've talked about this, like doing this or something, like
It's
redoing
end of
it.
the world, takes place in LA. It's basically like the coronavirus has killed everybody off. But there are certain people that are immune to it. So they're called munies. And they're the ones that travel like on bicycles from houses to houses, delivering packages and food and stuff while everybody is stuck inside. So it's an end of the world movie, but it's actually done really well.
It's
And it's like
actually
the
sounds interesting.
relationship between the two. Yeah, I really liked it. And it's got a good Demi Moore's in it. It's got a good cast. So
I do like kind of post-apocalyptic in a way, like that sounds sort of like, post-disease, whatever.
I do like Demi Moore. I haven't seen her in anything really in quite some time.
yeah, she's right.
Just don't call her G.I. Jane. Oh wait, that's somebody else.
Yeah, who has no sense of humor. So that's it. That's my last 8. So we're going to be getting these on the next few hauls. They're going to be mostly Blu-rays and DVDs of a person,
But they
type
won't
of
be
thing.
Hateful Eights.
Mm.
No, but that's the thing. That's actually a Tarantino film I really like because it's just him remaking the thing.
Did you
I know.
watch? Did you watch the Netflix version of Hateful Eight where he added more stuff and made it into a TV series kind of thing?
Does that have
No, I had
Yeah,
no idea
uh,
that was even made.
that's the thing. Then if you look on Netflix, he turned it into like a TV series. It's really weird.
hmm,
Uh,
that's
No,
interesting.
yeah, which
huh?
I think was maybe a little bit of what he wanted, but then he was like, "I'm gonna make this into a movie. It's a
Does it
movie."
have Jennifer Jason Leigh? Because that's really
I
the
think
reason
it's
I
the
want to see
original.
that.
I mean, it's the movie as a TV series. It's just he had so much footage, he was able to just turn it into.
She's another one that I miss so badly. I loved everything she's been in. She's a
Mm,
great actress.
yeah, she was good in that because that was definitely a different role for her. Um, but he also I think did it to bring her back. In a way, like he cast her because she hadn't been doing much, and then
No,
she
that's a
needed
shame.
a role. But at some point on Indie Film Cafe, we are going to do the anniversary party, which is something she produced independently with her husband, and they were able to make this,
Yeah, with Phoebe Cates and
Phoebe
yeah, because
Cates and Kevin
yeah
Klein,
they're
and
they're
all of
best
them are,
friends.
yeah, they're all
Call her
best.
up and get her on the spotlight, baby.
I could call fucking Fast Times at Ridgemount High's Jennifer Jason Lee. I'd love that, but and Phoebe Cates's Fast Times at Ridgemount High, because yeah, I
But
think
she's very independent, so you never know.
She
She
is.
she might be one of those people that actually would come on, your
maybe.
show.
Maybe,
So
especially if she wants to talk, like if there's a new independent film that she produced, she'd probably want to talk about it,
Yeah, that'd be
or
great.
whatever. But I don't know. If I could get in touch with her, I would in a second, but we'll see. I have not even tried because I look, I'll tell you, when I first started being an independent corner, I thought I was the shit, like I could get anybody. So I tried to get Bob Saget on my show, and that did not go well. That was I called up his manager who had a phone number on IMDb Pro, and it just goes to him
He
answering
chew
the
you
phone.
out.
Yeah, and he goes, hello, and I go, hi, I'm trying to reach, blah blah blah. I forgot the guy's name, or if I knew his name, I probably wouldn't say it. And so I said, I'm reaching blah blah blah, and he was like, yeah, this is him. How did you get my number? And I was like, IMDb Pro. And he was like, okay, we're gonna have to change that. Okay, what did you, what did you want? And I was like, I know that you represent Bob Saget, so he was like, you're gonna need to email me. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't see your email on the IMDb Pro, so he gave me his email address. I don't think I ever reached out to him because that was not a very,
well,
you know, and maybe I
but
did.
why not? But why not? I mean, if he's
Too late
giving you the
now.
email,
Yeah, it's too
yeah.
late now, and yeah, definitely way too late now. But yeah, I should have, if I didn't. I don't know if I did or not, but I like had a feeling that no matter what, he was gonna say no because like this was not apparently the proper way to get, but generally speaking, you get an office, right? Like you call
But
up,
it is the proper way. That's you're
yeah,
supposed to go through IMDb to get their manager or agent or whatever it is. That's what they tell you to
and they
do.
can
That's why
tell
you
you
get
say
pro.
no. They can say no, right? Or I'm sorry, you don't have enough,
Usually there's an
followers or
assistant or
something.
somebody that you go through
That's
though that
that's
they
what I'm saying.
filter.
Like generally you go to call the office, and the office, the intern at the office or whatever, secretary says, "Oh, Mr. blah 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 is not available right now. Can I, take your information?" And then I'll say this. I'll say whatever, I'm looking to book Bob Saget on my show, and they'll say, "Okay, you need to email this, these people and blah blah blah." But it's usually a secretary that will give me all that information. I've done it a bunch of times before. Sadly, I don't think I ever got anybody that way, but I tried. because if I had a bigger following, I could have probably, but yeah, whatever. Maybe we'll get a big following. It'll just start happening all of a sudden. So all you people that are watching this all the way to this part, go tell people to check out Indie Film Cafe, Blu-ray Hunter, all these things. Get us a big, huge following, and we can,
Maybe if we start doing our shows naked, we'll get a lot more people following us.
I'm for that. I'm a nudist, so I'm for that.
There you
I'm-
go.
This is a prison. This is a prison.
I'm not a
I'm right there
nudist.
with you. Let's take it off, Mr. Ward.
It's just, oh my God. Oh God. No,
Take it off.
no, put it back on, please. Stop. Good God. We're not ending,
my
we're
ear
not
my
ending
ear
like
thing
this.
is falling out here. So
Put
hold
your
on.
shirt back on. Oh my
I got
God.
my flab, baby.
No.
There
this
we
is not
go.
happening. This is not happening.
Oh shit.
This is literally happening. Oh. Well, everybody, if you did watch it all the way to this, I'm sorry.
Extra treat for you.
Extra teats for you. All right, everybody.
I'm keeping it PG.
I guess.
There we go. All right.
John's not. He's got a couple nipples there.
You have no idea if I'm wearing pants or shorts or anything right now. So don't have me stand up.
Okay. We're done.
Don't drop
right.
the soap.
Well, thank you all for this. I don't even know how to. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Join us in 2 more months. We'll come back with a new episode, and it'll be hopefully with Paul again.
And we might have clothes. We might not. We'll see.
I really hope. Just clothes. I love my clothes. They keep me warm. Please. All right, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Till then.
Bye.
Bye.